Hi and welcome once again. In this tutorial we will be doing the DHCP rule. The DHCP is where we dynamically allocate IP addresses to the different computers that are on the domain. The previous tutorials I added 3 computers to the server and I create a domain and those were added to that domain. Firstly we're gonna add rules and we would add the DHCP server rule. Click next. This would be the IP address of the server machine and we would use the version 4. Parent domain would be michael.com and the preferred DNS would be 192.168.0.1 and click next, and we would leave wins as not required for the sake of the tutorial. And click next, and we're gonna add the scopes. So a scope name, faculty, and the starting I would put it as 192.168.0.100 and the end would be 192.168.0.200, and the subnet type I would leave it as wired list, will be 8 days, and subnet mask would be 255.255.255.0, and I'll click OK, and this would be my scope, and click next. Stateless mode of configuration. We would disable the stateless mode because we're not going to use the DHCP version 6, and click next. We will use the current credentials so that it would be easier just for the sake of this tutorial, and we click next. This would give you a summary of all the settings. This would be what I want, so I'd click install. Okay, we have installed the DHCP server. Now we're gonna go to the visitor machine and we're gonna change the settings on the network card to go properties, and we're gonna obtain IP addresses automatically and obtain DNS server address automatically. Click OK and close, and when I've selected that I would go on the command prompt and I would ipconfig to pull up the to get my IP addresses. So the DNS suffix would be michael.com and the IP address would be 192.168.0.100. That would be the first IP address that I list. So I would go back to my server, I would go start, administrative tools, on DHCP. I would just expand it and expand the version 4, and here would be the scope. The address pool would be 0.100 to 200. On the address leases, this would be the first lease to visit the PC. That is basically how you set up the DHCP scope on the address pool. Thank you very much.